جاني من تست میوانە ئەزیزەکان مانەم کاتتان باش بە خۆشحاڵیەوە ئەم ساڵ میوانداری گروپی میوزیکی لۆر و هورەنمەند لوقمان سەلیم کراوە کە بەشدار بن لە خۆشی و ئاهەنگی ئەم ساڵی دەرچوانی فێنخوازەکانمان بە ناوی زانکۆمان و ئێوەی بەڕێز کە تەشریفتان هێناوە ئێرە بە خێرهاتنێکی گەرمیان لێ دەکەین و داواکارین کە بفەرمونون بە پێشکەشکردنی چەند کۆپڵەیەک لە میوزیک و گۆرانی کوردی. ضيوفنا الأعزاء مساء الخير. إنه لمن دواعي سرورنا أن تشارك فرقة لور الموسيقية هذا العام مع الفنان لقمان سليم في حفل تخرج الطلبة والاحتفال معهم. يرجى الانضمام إلينا بالترحيب بفرقة لور الموسيقية والفنان لقمان سليم لتقديم بعض الأغاني والموسيقى الكردية. Our dear guests, good afternoon. It's our pleasure that this year Lor Music Group with artist Luqman Salim will participate in students' graduation ceremony and celebration. Please join us in welcoming Lor Group Music and artist Luqman Salim to present some Kurdish music and songs.
گوڵەکەم کە دەڵێم ئاوایە بێ هەموو وایە ختێ چایەوە چایەوە ئەی خودایە تۆ بڵێ ئاوایە بێ بێتەوایە ڕوونایی چایەوە بێتەوایە ڕوونایی چایەوە سببي زلفي شوايا حسني روي مددي كدايا من كوايا روشي بوضايا شو كبروشي بروشی راش دمایم شایری چایا و کایانه من اگایر شکا و پشتم من اگایر جگایر برایم من اگایر جگایر برایم أي شمايا أي شفايا أي ناسايا وردو يومي وخيالي رويا بقولوا وانا شوبايا من يرايا چاوم دکتر اما دکتر عمرم چاوم دکتر لایدم چرکا بنو سبولای قاضی دل اقلا مرکا من مردم اقشا مرکا الله مركا من سوتام أو مركا یارم باری کرد بۆ ناگای ماکۆچی دیسان بارانایم ئاینم نێداباری ئامایم دک لاگۆنای ئای یاردی تاخواری ئامایم هەروەی بارانایم نازانم بۆچی یارم باری کرد بۆ ناگای ماکۆچی ئاک فەڵەکەی وە باختمەی باوانم ئاری چناردایی حياتمي بمرم وهيج نوالا آري مزرعي شادي عزيزم عزيزي ويفنادا وشقي جاسمي بمروي وصوزي بعد ديسان نازانم بۆچی یارم باری کرد بۆ ناگای ماکۆچی گەرمیانیان کوێستانی وەشلو من خانومانی وەسکی تۆیان بۆ کوردوم بەجلی کوردیەوە جوانی چەندە ناسک و نازدارن کیشۆڵەی سلەیمانی ئەرەوەی 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 وەی 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 ناسکۆڵی چاو جوانۆخەی ساتێ لاڵام دانیشاوەی بە کوێری چاوی کابرای دەکچێ بم دەرێ ماچە نۆش بێ باگەتە سەردەی چاوڕەش بم دەرێ ماچە لە گیانم بکەم وۆخەی شامی لەو خوارە پێی دەڵێن گوڵە کابە گەرمە شامی لەو خوارە پێی دەڵێن گوڵە کابە بۆ من شێت و شەیدای تۆم بە چرپیر و وەسابە بۆ من شێت و شەیدای تۆم بە چرپیر و وەسابە ئەرەوەی 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 وەی 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 ناسکۆڵی چاجوانەوەخەی ساتێ لالاوم دانیشاوەی بە کوێری چاوی کابرای دەکچێ بم دەرێ ماچێ نۆش پێ باگەتە سەردەی چاوڕۆژ بم دەرێ ماچێ باگیانم دەرچێ ئۆخەی
ئامادە بوانی بەڕێز بەخێر بێن تکایە فەرمونون بۆ جێگای دیاریکراوی خۆتان بۆی دەست پێ بکەین بە مەراسیمی خولی یانزەهەمینی دەرچوونی زانکۆی ئەمریکی لە عێراق سلێمانی تکایە بفەرمونون بۆ کورسیەکانی خۆتان بۆ جێگای دیاریکراوی خۆتان ڕێڕەوەکان چۆڵکەن بۆی دەست پێ بکەین سيداتي وسادتي أرجاء اتخاذ مقاعدكم الخاصة للبدء بمراسيم حفل تخرج الدفعة 11 للجامعة الأمريكية في العراق السليمانية. برزان فرمون دانيشن. بەڕێزان فەرمون دانیشن داوا لە بڕێستانەکەین کە دانیشین لە جێگای دیاریکراوی خۆتان و عەزێت نەبێت کە ڕێڕێوەکان چۆڵکەن. بەڕێزان بفەرمونون بۆ جێگای دیاریکراوی خۆتان. بەڕێزان پێکەوە بە خێرهاتنێکی گەرم بۆ سەرۆکی کۆماری عێراق فەخامەتی دکتۆر بەرهەم ساڵح و بەڕێز سەرۆکی هەرێمی کوردستان بەڕێز کاک نێچیروان بارزانی.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the American University of Iraq Sulaimani. I wish to provide a very brief welcome to all of you, and especially to our two special guests who are not on your program, the President of Iraq, Dr. Barham Saleh, and the President of the Kurdistan region of Iraq, Mr. Nechirvan Barzani.
ئامادەبوانی بەڕێز کەس و کاری فێرخوازە عەزیزەکانمان، هاوڕێ و دۆست و میوانە بەڕێزەکانمان، بە ناوی زانکۆی ئەمریکی لە عێراق سلێمانی دەمانەوێت بە خێرهاتنی یەکە بە یەکەتان بکەین بۆ 11هەمین خولی ئاهەنگی دەرچوانی زانکۆی ئەمریکی لە عێراق سلێمانی بۆ ساڵی خوێندنی 2022. هیوادارین ئێوارەتان پڕ لە خۆشی و شادی بێت. دامەزرێنەری زانکۆی ئەمریکی بەڕێز سەرۆک کۆماری عێراق فەخامەتی دکتۆر بەرهەم ساڵح خەونی ئەوە بوو کە دامەزراوەیەکی ئەکادمی باڵا لە سلێمانی دامەزرێنێت کە بتوانێت ڕکابەری باشترین زانکۆکان بکە. ئەمڕۆ دوای تێپەڕبوونی 15 ساڵ ئاهەنگ بۆ ئەم دەرچوانە ساز دەکەین کە توانای بەشداریکردنیان دەبێت لە دەوڵەمەندکردنی هەرێمی کوردستان و سەرەتاسەری عێراق لە کۆمەڵێک بواری جیاوازدا. ئەمڕۆ بەڕێزیشتان بەشداری ئەم دەستکەوتە دەکەن. هەروەها پێم وایە کە دەتوانم لە بڕی هاوپیشەکانیشم ئاماژە بەوە بدەم کە هەوڵ و تێکۆشانی سەختی ساڵانەمان و تێپەڕاندنی سەرجەم ئاستەنگەکان هەستێکی پڕ شانازیمان پێدەبەخشێت. کاتێک بەرهەمی ڕەنج و ماندووبوونی هەمولایەک دەبینین. میوانە بەڕێزەکان بۆ دەستپێکردنی ئەم بۆ نەگرنگە و زیاتر جوانکردنی ئاهەنگەکەمان بە سپاسەوە داوا لە بەڕێزتان دەکەین کە هەر کەس لە جێی دیاریکراوی خۆی بمێنێتەوە و موبایڵەکەتان بخەنە سەر بێدەنگی و هاوکار بن لە چۆڵکردنی ڕێڕەوەکان. دووبارە بە خێرهاتنی هەمووان دەکەین. خوشحالين بآمادة بونتان. السيدات والسادة الكرام، أولياء الأمور الأعزاء، الأقارب والأصدقاء، ضيوفنا الكرام، كل باسمه ولقبه ومقامه، نرحب بكم ونتشرف بكم في حفل تخرج الدفعة 11 للجامعة الأمريكية في العراق السليمانية لسنة 2022. نتمنى لكم أمسية مليئة بالأفراح. كل الأهداف تبدأ بخطوة. كان لمؤسسي الجامعة فخامة رئيس جمهورية العراق دكتور برهم صالح حلماً وهدفاً بإنشاء مؤسسة أكاديمية متفوقة ورفيعة المستوى في السليمانية تنافس أفضل الجامعات. والآن وبعد مرور 15 عاماً نحتفل بالخريجين الذين يساهمون في إثراء إقليم كردستان وجميع أنحاء العراق في مختلف الميادين، واليوم أنتم ستنضمون إليهم. وكلنا واعني أنني أتكلم نيابة عن زملائي في العمل عندما أقول إن سنوات العمل الشاق تترك لنا شعوراً بالإنجاز وبالفخر الشديد عندما نرى ثمار جهود الجميع تتوج سنوياً بتخرج دفعات جديدة من الطلبة. سيداتي وسادتي، سيبدأ الموكب بالدخول بعد فترة وجيزة، ولأجل البدء بمراسيم هذا الحفل المهم نرجو التفضل بإخلاء الممر الخاص لدخول الموكب ووضع الهواتف المحمولة على الصامت واتخاذ المقاعد الخاصة بكم. مرة أخرى نرحب بكم ونتشرف بكم وسعداء جدا بحضوركم. Ladies and gentlemen, our honored guests, on behalf of the American University of Iraq, Sulaimani, I welcome you all to our 11th graduation ceremony for the class of 2022. We hope your evening will be filled with smiles and delight. The university's founder, His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Iraq, Dr. Barham Saleh, once dreamed of establishing a superior academic institution in Sulaimani that rivals the best universities. 15 years later, we celebrate the graduates who are contributing to enriching Kurdistan region and all over Iraq in many fields. Today, you will be joining them. I also think I can speak for my colleagues when I say the years of hard work through struggles leave us with a feeling of utmost pride when we see the fruits of everyone's effort. To start this important event, may I please ask you to clear the center aisle, put on your cell phone on silent, and stand for the procession. Students and faculty, kindly proceed to your seats so we may begin the ceremony. بەڕێزان فەرموون. بەڕێزان بفەرموون پێکەوە لەگەڵمان بۆ وەستانی خولەکێک بۆ ڕێزلێنان لە گیانی پاکی شەهیدەکانمان. سيداتي وسادتي الرجاء الوقوف معنا دقيقة واحدة لروح شهدائنا الطاهرة. Everybody please stand with us for the national anthems for the pure soul of our martyrs. Thank you very much. It's our pleasure to present you a documentary of the 15 years journey of the American University of Iraq, Sulaimani.
لم روز خوشدا للروجي داداني بنياتي زانكوي أمريكا العراق للروجي أويك أمشارك قرمانا زانكوي جي لزيادة بيت راس بري خبات ورزش زوري خومانا دان هزار قرماني خومان شهيد بو لبرقايدة بلام ديسان يارمتي هاو بمانا شرطي كاريگر بولا بديهناني آمانتا كان جيل العراق لرزقار بول.
Here in the city of Sulaimani in 2003, no one expected an American university could be established. The country had just been liberated from a decades-long oppressive military regime during which all aspects of life suffered, including the education system. However, the idea of a liberal arts university was in the mind of one man for a number of years. By 2007, that idea started to take shape. Barham Saleh, a son of Sulaimani and by then Iraq's Minister of Planning, launched the university despite the deteriorating security situation, fulfilling his dream of many years to establish a modern, independent, and non-profit university with a high-quality, advanced curriculum that would focus on developing independent and critical thinking, similar to the outstanding and high-ranked universities in the region, like the American universities in Lebanon, Egypt, and the UAE.
Well, the main visionary was our founder, Dr. Barham Saleh. He is currently president of Iraq, has achieved academic distinction. He has an earned doctorate and respects higher education very deeply as a result. So it was natural that he would see education as a way to help build a better Iraq and build a better Kurdistan region.
In this short period of time, the American University of Iraq, Sulaimani, has become the leading educational institution in Iraq, attracting the most talented of students from all over the country who particularly appreciate its not-for-profit nature. The university not only awards students a degree, but builds their character and equips them with the skills needed to join the labor force.
It was very eye-opening. It was very interesting for us to have activities outside the classroom. Our life was not restricted into the classrooms. I also was participating in the opportunities provided for the students to work on campus. We have internships with the various departments that have so much for us to learn. It gave me more to learn on my managerial side, on communication skills, on my ability to talk to people. So it wasn't just my life on campus restricted into the classrooms of what I learned from the books, from the teachers. It was so much more than that.
At AUIS, students are able to find their potentials, to work on their potentials and build something out of their potential. I was able to start my own student-led youth group, which is a passion of mine beside my my field of study in STEM and in science. I was able to start my own group to establish a managemental system which allowed me with a lot of opportunities, a lot of experiences, which will enhance my performance as a postgraduate in the future.
The location of the university in Sulaimani has deep symbolic significance as it is a meeting point of the main civilizations of the region, Kurds, Arabs, Persians, and Turks, in addition to the plethora of peoples that call this ancient land home, who are reflected in the student body. In designing the architecture of its campus with open spaces, we sought to reflect the university's philosophy, transparency, peaceful coexistence, and enabling young people to determine their future. We strove towards establishing an ethos for the university that encourages critical thinking and finding creative solutions. It is rooted in our belief that the path towards a peaceful and democratic society is based on the principles of good governance and enlightenment. The university is a safe space that allows all of our students to enjoy freedom of thought and expression, to nurture dialogue and become a nucleus for a wider community that espouses similar principles.
الجامعة الأمريكية غيرت تقريبا مسار حياتي كله. 4 سنوات أعتبرها رحلة مثمرة جدا، تعلمت بها هواية عن ثقافات جديدة، غيرت طريقة تفكيري، صرت منفتح الأشياء أكثر عن قبل، واكتسبت نفس المهارات اللي كنت أتوقع أن يمكن أكتسبها، اللي ممكن توفر لي فرص عمل أفضل.
Developing different skills lets us to be prepared for another world outside of the university. Now, because of the activities and the internships that we have here in AUIS, we have gained skills and talents that is important for our future careers and future academic life that we want to approach.
The structure and architecture of AUIS shows, or let's say reflects, its mission in diversity and connectedness to every society. Not only in the local society, you can see from here, from our campus, that you have the diverse community and you have a space that provides open, basically free space. You can be yourself no matter you are from any background.
The difference between before and after AUIS was the doors that was opened in front of me when I entered AUIS. Now, if I done it there, I was not the same person that I am now, because AUIS didn't offer me only education, didn't offer me only the educational environment. It offered me a diverse environment.
The university opened in 2007 with only 3 departments: International Studies, Information Technology, and Business Administration, and only 10 students. Today, there are more than 1,600 students in 12 different departments. Students choose to study at the American University of Iraq, Sulaimani, not only because of the quality of education, but also because of the platform the university provides to understand society, politics, and the economy, and the programs that enable them to develop their own path and to succeed in their lives and careers. Our students have the opportunity to take classes in all of the academic departments before deciding their major, and professors dedicate time and energy to helping students determine their path and learn through discussion, using the latest pedagogy and global educational methods, while strengthening the principles of public service and independent learning. The Sulaimaniya Forum is one of the most important annual events of the American University of Iraq, Sulaimaniya. For the first time in Iraq, Sulaimaniya hosted a forum for dialogue attended by the most influential figures in Iraq, the region, and the world. This is an opportunity for young people to meet and speak with influential figures who play a major role on the global stage. The forum focuses on discussion and intensive dialogue among senior officials and influential political, economic, and social figures on important local, regional, and international political issues, such as the changing dynamics in the Middle East and the world, security and energy issues, and the internal situation of Iraq and Kurdistan. Many influential political, economic, security, and social affairs figures were present at previous sessions of the Sulaimaniya Forum. In addition to the Sulaimani Forum, the American University holds an innovation festival launched by the AUIS Entrepreneurship and Innovation Center, AEIC, to recognize individuals who have developed products and solutions that have contributed positively to the development of society in the fields of health, education, smart construction, business administration, trade and humanities, as well as information technology and the environment. In addition to these academic and cultural events, at its core, the university is concerned with humanitarianism and has supported students fleeing from conflicts in the region. Most recently, it opened its doors to host students from the American University of Afghanistan whose future was in danger after the Taliban took over the country in 2021. Many were able to continue their studies with their colleagues here and continue to work toward their future goals.
When Taliban first came in Afghanistan, I personally thought that my career future and my education has ended. So coming to AUIS and Suli was like a hope for me to restart my education, to finish my education, and then to guarantee my career future. So that's why coming to Suli is really important for me, as it helped me to work for my future and to rethink about my future.
In the wake of Afghanistan's collapse to an insurgent group, we didn't have an abundance of options to continue our education. Not to mention there weren't any options for us as students of the American University to continue our education, because there was not only that we were students, there were a host of labels that were associated to us that could have even endangered our lives. So we had to leave Afghanistan to continue our education. Because for us it was no longer about education per se, it was also about saving our lives. Coming to Suli was an experience that made so many doors open for us. We weren't expecting things to get back on track this soon. Things did get back on track very soon, and we are very grateful for that. Yeah, truly.
Today, many American University graduates are leaders in professional and political scenes in Iraqi and international institutions. Using what they learned at the university, they play a vital role in building a peaceful and productive society.
I am an international studies graduate of 2014. I've been a political affairs officer with the United Nations Assistance Mission for Iraq since 2015. Today, I can proudly say that AUIS has significantly contributed to the success of my professional career, and this institution will equip me with the skills, knowledge, and experience that put me on a prosperous career path in international affairs.
With the liberal arts education system, AUIS has opened our eyes to learn across a diverse field of studies. The professionality and the welcoming of AUIS's faculty reflects their centrality in addressing the primary education mission among the university. We were one family. AUIS is one of the very few universities that is very loyal to its alumni network. During and after our studies, AUIS makes sure that we receive the latest job opportunities and available vacancies.
The final result of this is the literal implementation of the motto of the American University in Sulaimani: learn today, lead tomorrow.
هیوادارم ئەم زانکۆیەمان ببێتە باوەشگر بۆ دەرو دراوسێکانیشمان. ئەو تێز و بۆ چوونانەی ڕابردوو کە کوردستان سەرچاوەی نائارامیە بۆ ناوچەکە بە تەواوی ڕەتبکاتەوە. ئەو ڕاستیە بسەلمێنێ کە بێت و خەڵکی کوردستان بە مافەکانی خۆیان شاد بن، ڕێز لە بوون و کیان و تێڕوانینەکانیان بگیرێ. کوردستان پێگەی ئارامی و پێگەی پێکەوە ژیان و پێگەی شارستانی داهێنانە لەم ناوچەیە.
It's my honor to present to you our university president, Professor Bruce Walker Ferguson. Mr. President.
Good afternoon. Duanuaratan Bash, Masal Khair. Welcome to the 11th commencement ceremony of the American University of Iraq Sulaimani, held during our 15th anniversary. AUIS is as special today as on the day it was founded. It is not for profit, with no investors or owners. Our bylaws, our founder, our board of trustees require that all funding we receive is invested in student education and education alone. The university is governed by an independent board of trustees, helping to ensure academic freedom. The university also provides a broad base of learning in science, mathematics, history, government, and language that helps all of our students grow not only into great employees and managers, but into great members of their communities. Our students, we hope, become good citizens. My role on this emotion-filled day is to deliver to our AUIS students their last lecture, my charge to the graduates. In this lecture, it is customary for university presidents to summarize everything the students have learned, everything that they will have expected of them for the rest of their lives. For this, I've been allocated 5 minutes. Before I begin, some of you are wondering about this object on the stage. I'll note that today our first faculty marshal carried the new university mace for the first time during an AUIS commencement. University presidents, deans, and faculty marshals carry such ceremonial maces to symbolize the gravity and majesty of the commencement. At the University of St. Andrews in Scotland, certain maces reportedly date back to the 15th century. More than 3,500 years ago, during the Old Babylonian Empire, kings in Iraq carried maces. While our university mace therefore represents a new tradition for AUIS, it joins an ancient tradition for universities worldwide. Now for my charges to our graduates. I have 2. The first is this: always give thanks for what you've received and to the people and institutions that help you. Even today, at this early point in your lives, it is a long list. We can start with our families, the mother who helped you with homework in primary school, the father who paid your tuition, the little sister who went outside to play during your Zoom lecture. On AUIS's 15th birthday, we thank our founder, Dr. Barham Saleh, the president of Iraq, for his vision and leadership in creating this university, and his wife, Dr. Sarbah Saleh, a scientist who has created art, living art, with the landscaping here on campus. We thank the president of the Kurdistan region, His Excellency Nuchirvan Barzani, for his early service and support as a member of the first Board of Regents at AUIS. His Excellency Imam Jalal Talabani laid the first stone in the main building behind me. His son, His Excellency Kubad Talabani, has often spoken at AUIS, and he and his brother, Mr. Bafal Talabani, are strong supporters of our university. We thank our talented faculty who introduced our students to other times and cultures and to new ideas and ways to solve problems, windows that I hope will always let sunshine into your lives. We thank our staff who make it a pleasure to learn both on campus and online. Our trustees, led by Board Chair Dr. Jill Derby and Vice Chair Mr. Kamran Shaban, have been steadfast in their support of the university. Other members of this board are here today, who include Dr. Azam Al-Wash, Dr. Eric Brown, Ms. Gail Dady, Ms. Mina Al-Arabi, Dr. Rizgar Majid, Mr. Saad Hassan, Mr. Sadiq Yildiz, Ms. Sherry Kram Talabani, Mr. Shwan Taha, Mr. Saud Sultan Al-Qasemi, and Mr. Van Shursuk. Many officials and agencies of the Kurdistan Regional Government also deserve our thanks for helping you graduate today. They include the region's Prime Minister, the Minister of Higher Education and Scientific Research, His Excellency Dr. Aram Mohammed Qadir, the Ministry of Martyrs and Anfal Affairs, His Excellency Abdullah Mahmoud Mohammed, for helping us surmount the pandemic, which I hope we have not forgotten. We give special thanks to the Ministry of Health, the Ministry of Interior, the Sulaimani Directorate of Health, the Sulaimani Governor, Dr. Haval Abu Bakr, here today, and the workers and departments of the city of Sulaimani, a UNESCO creative city. We thank the members of the Peshmerga and the security forces who keep our city and our campus safe. We especially thank the people and government of the United States of America, represented here today by the U.S. Consul General, Mr. Robert Palladino. The United States provides vital grant support for our students, allowing AUIS to increase the number of students who can learn at our university from all across the region and the rest of Iraq. More than 20% of our students come from outside the Kurdistan region. We thank all the other governments, businesses, and individuals around the world who believe in the AUIS mission and who have been so generous in providing financial support for your education. Always remember them as the first charge, that a team of people who love and support you have helped you, will continue to help you, and deserve your thanks. This leads to my second and final charge. Work with others to achieve your goals. Partners help us do more and do better. A team of bright, energetic, motivated people can achieve extraordinary things. I'll give just two examples. One is based on the role of women in society. When they're partners with men, everyone benefits. Thus, the faces at AUIS are increasingly those of women as well as men. Consider those present today. Our board chair, Dr. Jill Jerby, who will be speaking to us shortly. Another board trustee, Ms. Mina Al-Arabi, who's also a speaker today. Ms. Malala Yousafzai, Nobel Prize laureate, delivering a virtual address. Our undergraduate valedictorian, Aveen Ali Hassan, the student with the highest grade point average, and a U.S. Embassy scholar. Our Master of Ceremony, Ms. Raz Jaff. Our faculty marshal, Dr. Lynn Rose, the AUIS faculty member with the highest academic rank, and Dr. Choman Hardy, founder and director of the university's Center for Gender and Development Studies. The AUIS commitment to treat women as equal partners with men is reflected in the fact that 40% of our most recent entering class are women, up from 35% in 2018. The university goal is equal, 50-50. Our university is better when it works as an inclusive team. A second example of how to achieve amazing things by working with others was described in the documentary you just saw, and is demonstrated by the presence today of 32 students from the American University of Afghanistan who will receive their diplomas from that university at the same time as our students. 10 months ago, these students were on the brink of losing everything. Coming together in a few short days, a highly effective and quite amazing team provided the opportunity for these students to continue their education at AUIS. The team included our two universities, government leaders, NGOs, and a host of others determined to help, and importantly, included the students themselves, who showed tremendous courage and determination. Later this afternoon, when you see these students receive their diplomas, kindly remember the astonishing results that working together can achieve. Students, congratulations on your impressive achievements that we recognize and celebrate today. Go forth, do good, and prosper. Thank you. It is now my great privilege and honor to introduce His Excellency Dr. Barham Saleh, the President of Iraq. Thank you, sir.
بەناوی خوای گەورە بەخوا وتارێکیان بۆ نووسیبووم یان نووسیبووم بەڵام ئەوە ناخوێنمەوە. چاوم ڕوون پیرۆز بێ لە کانگای دڵمەوە پیرۆزباییتان لێکەم ئامادەبوانی بەڕێز دەرچوان کەس و کاری دەرچووەکان میوانە ئازیزەکان برای بەڕێز و خۆشەویستم کاکە نێچیروان بارزانی سەرۆکی هەرێم هاوکار و دۆستانی زانکۆی ئەمریکی خەڵکی شارە حەیاتەکە سڵاوتان لێبێ و ئەم کاتەتان باش. 15 ساڵ پێش ئێستا خەون و خولیایەکمان هەبوو ناوەندێکی زانستی لە شاری سلێمانی پایتەختی ڕۆشنبیری کوردستان سلێمانی پێشەنگ دابمەزرێنین بۆ خەڵکی کوردستان بۆ خەڵکی عێراق بۆ ئەوەی لێرەوە خەڵکی نەوەی داهاتوومان پێ بگەێنین بتوانن ڕوبەڕووی ئاوەدانی و پێشکەوتنی وڵاتەکەیان بگرنە ئەستۆ. بە خۆشحاڵیەوە بە شانازیەوە ئەم تەلار و ئەم زانکۆیە هاتۆتە دی لێرەدا دەبێ بە سوپاس و ڕێزی بێپایانەوە باسی دەوری مام جەلال بکەین یادی بەخێر پشتیوان و هاوکار و هەمیشە بە دەنگمانەوە بوو. کاگنێچیرەوە خۆشی لێرەیە بەڕاستی لە ڕۆژی یەکەمەوە هاوکار و پشتیوانم بوو و پشتیوانی بۆردی زانکۆکە بوو کە ئەم ناوەندە بێتە ڕاستیەکی گەورە و چەندین خەڵکی تری بەڕێزی ئەم وڵاتە و ئەم شارە لە خەڵکی سەرمایەدار و بەتوانا کە هاتن داهاتیان خستە خزمەتی ئەم پرۆژە زانستی و شارستانیە گەورەیەوە. ئێستا زانکۆی ئەمریکی لە سلێمانی بۆتە ناوەندێکی دیار بۆتە هێمایەکی گرنگی ژیانی ڕۆشنبیری و پێگەیاندنی نەوەکانی داهاتوومان. دەمەوێ ئەوەش دووبارە بکەمەوە ئەم زانکۆیە زانکۆیەکی گشتیە زانکۆی کەرتی تایبەت نییە مڵکی کەس نییە پشکی کەسی تیانە داهاتی بۆ کەسیش نییە تەنها و تەنها لە خزمەتی خوێندکارانە و بە پێی یاسای زانکۆکەش وەقفێکی گشتیە بۆ خزمەتی خوێندکاران و بە مڵکێکی گشتی ماوەتەوە بۆ ئەوەی هەمیشە بەو ئاڕاستەیە کار بکە. ئەمڕۆ کە ئێوە دەردەچن دێنە ژیانی کار و خزمەتکردنەوە دڵنیام هەمووتان دڵە ڕاوچەی ئەم ڕۆژگارە و نادیاری کۆمەڵێک لە مەسەلەکانتان لەبەرچاوە. دڵنیاتانەکەم ئەم وەزعی ئێستای لای خۆمان لە کوردستان بگرە لە عێراقیش ئاستەنگ و چێشمە چێشمی زۆری تایە مایەی نیگەرانی زۆری نەمانە بەڵام بە هیمەتی ئێوە دەتوانن بە هیمەتی خەڵکی خێرخوا و خەڵکی دڵسۆز و پەرۆشی ئەم نیشتیمانە و ئەم کۆمەلگایە دەتوانین بەسەر ئەو ئاستەنگانەدا سەرکەوین و بەڕاستی ئێوە لەگەڵ لاوانی تری ئەم نیشتیمانەمان پێشەنگی ئاوادانکردنەوە و حکومڕانی باش و خزمەتکردنی خەڵکی ئەم وڵاتە بن. دەوترێ هەزار چرا هەن بەڵام چرایەک ڕووناکی دەدا. ئێوە لاوانی ئەم وڵاتە لاوانی پێگەیشتووی ئەم وڵاتە چرای ئومێد و هیوان بۆ ئایندەیەکی باشتر بۆ تێپەڕاندنی قەیران و ناخۆشیەکانی ئەم سەردەمە بە خۆشەویستی نیشتیمان و خۆشەویستی کەسوکار و شار و دەوروبەرتان هاوکار دەبن بۆ ئەوەی ئایندەمان زۆر باشتر بێ لە ڕابردوومان و لە سایەی هیممەت و خەبات و کۆششی ئێوە وڵاتێکی ئاوەدان و پێشکەوت و جێگیر ببێ. سيداتي سادتي الخريجين الأعزاء والأهل الأعزاء الموجودين معنا اليوم أتشرف أن أكون معكم في هذه الأمسية ونحن نحتفل بتخرج هذه الدفعة من شبابنا، من أبنائنا وبناتنا. هذا الحلم حلم تأسيس جامعة متميزة وفي مستوى عالي من الأداء راودنا منذ سنين. تمكنا من ذلك وتحول إلى هذا الصرح العلمي المهم. أردناها جامعة عراقية، إذ أنني متأكد وواثق بأن شباب البصرة والنجف وشباب بغداد والموصل والأنبار يشتركون مع شباب كردستان في السليمانية وفي أربيل وفي غيرها من المدن والمناطق بالتطلع إلى الحياة الحرة الكريمة والتمكن من مقومات العلم والتربية الجديدة كي يساهموا في بناء بلدهم. تدخلون حيز الحياة العملية الآن وتتخرجون من هذه الجامعة. قطعا هناك الكثير والكثير من المشاكل التي نعاني منها في بلادنا اليوم، إن كان على صعيد العراق ككل أو كان على صعيد كردستان، لكن هذه المشاكل لن تكون عصية على شعبنا وقواه الخيرة. وأنتم الآن مع ما تعلمتموه من قيم ومن مدارك فكرية ستتمكنون من المساهمة في بناء مستقبل أفضل مما كنا عليه في السابق. أهنئكم من أعماق قلبي. أشكر كل من ساعد في بناء هذه الجامعة وتحويل هذا الحلم إلى واقع حقيقي. الرئيس الراحل مام جلال رحمة الله عليه كان سباقا في دعم هذا المشروع، وكذلك أخي وعزيزي كاغني تشيرفان رئيس الإقليم الآن، والكثيرين من الإخوة الآخرين الذين ساعدونا في هذا المسعى. أملي أن تكون هذه الجامعة دوما منارا لخدمة كل الخيرين في هذه البلاد وتمكين شبابنا من التطلع إلى المستقبل الذي يستحقونه. Ladies and gentlemen, I have to say a few words in English. I'm sure you get the gist of what I have said. I'm very proud to be here today, the 15th anniversary of the university. This was a long, long shot for many that we could ever have an American university in Sulaimani at the time. To be fair, we were helped tremendously by Mam Jalal, the former president of Iraq, and also greatly helped by my good friend Nechirvan Barzani, and also very much helped by many donors and friends here in Kurdistan and across Iraq, and obviously last but definitely not least, the generous support that we have had from our American donors and the American government. We are grateful for the help that you have given this university to enable these young people to be educated and to really get into contributors to a better life for all Iraqis and for the entire region. A word to my wonderful, my wife would never allow me to call the students brothers and sisters because she thinks I pretend to be young. But to my children, our children from Afghanistan who joined us and enriched the life of this university, I congratulate you for your success. We're proud of you, and I know the day we will see Afghanistan stable, prosperous, and free, and will be in the service of its own people. And this relation between us will endure forever. I should not go on. I could go on and tell you a lot of stories about this university, but this is such a joyous evening. I wish you all the very best. Go out and make it. You can make it. All the very best. Thank you.
Very good. I now welcome His Excellency Nechirvan Barzani, President and former Prime Minister of the Kurdistan region.
بەڕێز دکتۆر بەرهەم ساڵح سەرۆکۆماری عێراق، بەڕێزان سەرۆک و مامۆستایانی زانکۆ و سەرۆک و ئەندامانی بۆردی زانکۆ، ئامادەبوانی بەڕێز ئێوارەتان باش بەخێر بن. خۆشحاڵم ئەمڕۆ لە سلێمانیم لە شوێنێکی گرنگ کە زانکۆی ئەمریکیە لە بۆنەیەکی زۆر خۆشدا کە ئەویش ڕێوڕەسم و ئاهەنگی دەرچوونی 291 خوێندکاری ئەم زانکۆیەیە. سەرەتا دەمەوێ پیرۆزبایی لە یەک بە یەکی قوتابیانی دەرچوو بکەم. هەروەها پیرۆزبایی لە دایک و باوکیان دەکەم. زۆر سوپاسی سەرۆکی زانکۆ و هەموو مامۆستایانی زانکۆی ئەمریکی لە سلێمانی دەکەم بۆ پێگەیاندنی ئەم ژمارەیە لە گەنجە خۆشەویستەکانمان. هەر لێرەدا بە پێویستی دەزانم پیرۆزباییەکی تایبەت ئاراستەی ئەو 32 دەرچوویە بکەم کە خەڵکی ئەفغانستانن و ئەمڕۆ لەم زانکۆیە دەردەچن. هیوادارم ئەو زانستەی لێرە وەریان گرتووە ببنە پشتیوان بۆ بەدیهێنانی ئاوات و ئامانجی گەلەکەیان. سوپاسی هەموو ئەو لایانانە دەکەم کە دەرفەرتیان ڕەخساند بۆ ئەوەی ئەم قوتابیانە لەم زانکۆیەدا بخوێنن، چه ئەوانەی کە لە ئەمریکا یارمەتی ئەم خوێندکارانەیاندا، چه سەرۆکۆماری عێراق کە من ئاگادارم زۆر بە پەرۆشەوە بوو بۆ هێنانی ئەم قوتابیانە و بۆ ئەوەی ئەو فرسەتەیان لە دەست نەچێ و بەردەوام بن لە خوێندن. پیرۆزباییان لێ دەکەم. پیرۆزبایی لە دامەزرێنەری زانکۆی ئەمریکی لە سلێمانی هاوڕێ و برای خۆشەویستم دکتۆر بەرهەم ساڵح سەرۆکۆماری عێراق دەکەم کە هەمیشە کار دەکات بۆ پێشکەوتنی ئەم زانکۆ گرنگەی کوردستان و عێراق. دەرچوانی خۆشەویست، ئەمڕۆ دەستپێکردنی قۆناغێکی گرنگی نوێی ژیانتانە، ئەویش چوونە بۆ ناو ژیانی کردەوەی و مەیدانی کار. دنیای دەرەوەی زانکۆ پڕە لە ئاستەنگ، بەڵام لەگەڵ ئەوەشدا پڕە لە دەرفەت. ئێوە زانستێکی زۆر و بڕوانامەیەکی گرنگتان پێیە، بۆیە دەتوانن لە ئەمڕۆوە دەست بە دروستکردنی دوا ڕۆژێکی گرنگ بکەن بۆ خۆتان و بۆ وڵاتەکەتان. کار پەیدا بکەن، هەر دەرفەتێکی کار کە دەستان دەکەوێت لە دەستی مەدەن. دواتر بە خەونی گەورە و کاری زۆری خۆتان دەتوانن کار و دەرفەتی زۆر گەورەتر بەدەست بهێنن. داواتان لێ دەکەم ببنە بنیاتنەری دنیایەکی نوێ، دنیایەک کە ئێوە دەتانەوێت، دنیایەک کە لە دروستکردنیدا کوڕ و کچ وەک یەک بەشدارن و هاوکارن. جێگەی دڵخۆشیە کە ڕێژەیەکی هاوسەنگ لە کوڕان و کچانی سەرکەوتوو لێرە دەبینم. ئەمە ئومێدبەخشە، چونکە هیمایە بۆ ئەوەی کە لە بنیاتنانی داهاتووی ئەم وڵاتەدا هەردوو ڕەگەس پێکەوە بەشدارن و تەحملی مەسئولیەت دەکەن. بەداخەوە مێژووی وڵاتەکەمان پڕە لە جەنگ و چەوسانەوە و وێرانی. نەوەکانی ڕابردوو ژیانێکی زۆر سەختیان هەبوو، بەرگری و خەباتێکی زۆریان کرد بۆ ئەوەی ئێوە لەوان خۆشبەختتر و باشتر بژین و دەرفەتی باشتری خوێندن و پێگەیشتنتان هەبێت. لەبەر ئەوە زۆر گرنگە ئێوە ئەمڕۆ گەشببینی بڵاو بکەنەوە و بە دڵگەرمی بۆ دواڕۆژێکی باشتر بدەنە هەموو گەلی کوردستان و گەلی عێراق. پێویستە ئامانجی سەرەکیتان ئەوە بێت کە ژیانی خۆتان خۆش بکەن و ژیان لە وڵاتەکەماندا بەرەو پێشەوە ببەن و خۆشی بکەن. متمانەتان بە خۆتان هەبێت، متمانەتان بە توانەکانتان هەبێت، بەکردەوە و لە کاردا سوود لەو زانستە وەربگرن کە بە دەستان هێناوە. کاری ئێوە کۆتایی نەهاتووە، بەرپرسیارەتی ئێوە پرۆسەیەکی بێ کۆتاییە. هەر ڕۆژێک کە توانەکانی خۆتان پێشکەش دەکەن هەر ڕۆژێک کە بەشداری دەکەن لە باشکردنی ژیانی کەسانی دیکەدا زیاتر شان دەدەنە بەرپرسیارەتی کاری ئێوە ئەمڕۆ دەست پێ دەکات دەکرێت سەختی و بربەست بێنە ڕێتان بەڵام پێویستە کۆڵ نەدەن و بە دڵنیاییشەوە سەرکەوتن هەر بۆ ئێوەیە ئێوە دەتوانن لە کاردا سەرکەون چونکە لە خوێندندا سەرکەوتون ئامانجی ئێوە دەبێ گەورە بێ بۆ ئەوەی هەنگاوەکانتان و کارتان گەورە بێت دەبێ گۆڕینی کۆمەلگا بەرەو کۆمەلگایەکی باشتر گۆڕینی بەڕێوەبردنی وڵات بەرەو باشتر ئامانجی ئێوە بێ ئێوە دەتوانن ئەوە بکەن بە دڵنیاییەوە دەتوانن چونکە ڕێگەی زانستیەکانی ئەو گۆڕینە لەم زانکۆیە و لە زانکۆکانی تر فێر بوون و دەتوانن بە دڵنیاییەوە ئەو گۆڕینە بەرەو باشتر لەم وڵاتەدا دروست بکەن ئێوە هێزی گەورەی پێشکەوتن و گۆڕانکارین لەم وڵاتەدا ژیانی خۆتان باش بکەن و وڵات و کۆمەڵگەش پێش بخەن دەرچوانی خۆشەویست ئێوە خەڵکی ناوچە جیاجیەکانی هەرێمی کوردستان و پارێزگاکانی تری عێراقن و هەروەها هەندێکیش لە دەرەوەن ئەم زانکۆیە ئێوەی پێکەوە کۆ کردوتەوە ئێوەش پێکەوە سەرکەوتن ئێوە لێرە فێر بوون کە سەرکەوتن لە پێکەوەبووندا ئاسانترە ژیان لە پێکەوەبووندا خۆشترە ئەو خۆشەویستی و پێکەوەبوونەی لێرە فێر بوون بیبەن بۆ هەموو عێراق برادەرانی زانکۆتان لەبیر نەکەن و پەیوەندی و خۆشەویستیان لەگەڵ یەکتردا بپارێزن ئێوە پێویستە هاوبەشی و پێکەوە کارکردن بکەنە کەلتور ئێوە پێکەوە دەتوانن کار لەسەر فراوانکردنی ماف و ئازادیەکان بکەن ئێوەی گەنج دەتوانن هەمیشە دەست پێشخەر بن بۆ چارەسەری کێشەکان دەبێ دروستکردنی بڕیار لەسەر بنەمای پێکەوە ژیان و زانست بکەنە کەلتور ئاوا وڵات پێش دەکەوێ ئێستا قوتابخانە و زانکۆی باش هەن لە هەرێمی کوردستان ئەوە بۆ من هەمیشە یەکێک بووە لە گەورەترین ئامانجەکانم چونکە پێشکەوتنی وڵات لێرەوە دەست پێ دەکات زۆر پێویستە زانکۆکان ڕۆڵێکی زیاتریان هەبێت و زیاتر تێکەڵاوی کۆمەڵگەی کوردستان ببن جا بۆیە داواتان لێ دەکەم کە ئامادە بن بۆ هەموو ئەو ئاستەنگ و بەرپرسیارەتیەی دێتە ڕێگەتان بێهیوانە بن و وڵاتەکەتان بەجێ نەهێڵن ببنە هێزی چارەسەرکردنی کێشەکان ببنە هێزی نەهێشتنی کێشەکان و ببنە بەشداری سەرەکی دروستکردنی ژیانێکی نوێ لەم وڵاتەدا دڵنیا بن دنیایەکی باش لە خۆیەوە دروست نابێ دڵنیا بن بەڵکو پێویستە بە لە خۆبوردەیی و کاری بەردەوامی ئێوە ئەو دنیایە لە کوردستان و لە عێراق دروست دەبێت دنیایەکی باش و وڵاتێکی پێشکەوتوو پێویستی بە ئێوەیە ئێوە دەبێ ئێرە بکەنە شوێنێکی باشتر بۆ هەمومان ئێوە بەشێکن لەو نەوەی وشیاری ئەمڕۆ کە پێدەگات و دەزانێت دەبێ ژینگە و هەسارەکانمان لە تێکچوونی زۆر مەترسیداری گەش و هەوا بپارێزن و چاکی بکەنەوە دەرچوانی خۆشەویست ئامادەبوانی بەڕێز لەسەر ئاستی سیاسی لە عێراق و هەرێمی کوردستان تەنها ڕێگە بۆ پێکەوە ژیان یەکتر قبولکردن و یەکتر خوێندنەوە و پێکەوە نەرمونیایی نواندنە ئێمە جگە لە لێبوردەیی بژاردەیەکی دیکەمان نییە جێگرەوەی ئاشتی و پێکەوە ژیان بریتیە لە جەنگ و پەراوێزخستنی یەکتر وڵات ئێستا لە هەموو کات زیاتر پێویستی بە ئاشتی و پێکەوە ژیان هەیە بەڵام ئاشتی و پێکەوە ژیان پێشمەرجی خۆی هەیە پێشمەرجی پێکەوە ژیانیش بریتیە لە ویستی لە یەکتر نزیک بوونەوە و لە یەکتر تێگەیشتن سەرکردەکانی عێراق هەموو هەز بە مەترسی ئەم دۆخەی ئێستای وڵات دەکەن لە کاتێکدا کە چارەسەری کێشەکانی وڵات و کۆتایی هێنان بە چەق بەستویی بنبەستی سیاسی لە وڵات لە دەستی بڕیار بەدەستانی وڵاتە. هەنگاوی یەکەمی چارەسەریش بریتە لە ویست و ئیرادە بۆ چارەسەر. ئەگەر بێت و هەر یەکەمان هەنگاوێک بە ئاراستەی چارەسەر بڕۆین، هەنگاوی کردەیی ئەوە لە زۆر خاڵی هاوبەشدا یەکتر دەگرینەوە و کۆتایی بەو دۆخەنە هەموارەی وڵات دەهێنن کە گەلی عێراق شایستەی ژیانێکی باشتر و وەزعێکی باشترە. لە عێراق ئێمە و هەموو پێکهاتەکان بە زۆرینە و کەمینەوە لە ژیانێکی هاوبەش داین. چوارچێوەی یەک وڵات کۆمان دەکاتەوە، یەک دەستور ماف و شایستیەکانمان پێناسە دەکات. لەو چارچێوەدا مێژوویەکی هاوبەشمان هەیە. مەبەستم مێژووی هەنۆکەی عێراقی فدراڵە. ئێمە هەموو پێکەوە لە ئاستێکی هاوبەش داین. داهاتوو چارەنووسیشمان لە چوارچێوەی سنووری عێراقدا هاوبەشە. خۆشەویستان، دەمەوێت ئەو ڕاستیە بەبیر هەموو لایەک بهێنمەوە. عێراقی نوێی فدرال کە سیستەمێکی پەرلەمانی دیموکراسی هەیە بە بەشداری هەمووان هاتۆتە ئاراوە. هەموو پێکهاتەکان لە دروستکردنی ئەم عێراقەی نوێدا بەشدار بوون. هەر بۆیەش پێشمەرجی مانەوەی عێراق و بەرەو پێشچوونی عێراق بریتە لە پاراستن و چەسپاندنی مافی هەموو پێکهاتەکان. ئێمە وەک هەرێمی کوردستان چارەسەری کێشەکانی عێراق لە جێبەجێکردنی دەستوری هەمیشەی عێراقدا دەبینین و داخوازیەکانمان لە عێراقی فدرالی دەستورین، مافن. شتێکی زیاتر لەوە کە لە دەستوری عێراقدا هەیە داوا ناکەین و داوامان نەکردووە. لەو ڕوانگەیەوە من وەکو سەرۆکی هەرێمی کوردستان بانکهێشتی کۆی لایەنە سیاسیەکانی عێراق دەکەم بۆ ئەوەی لەسەر بنەمای دەستور و بەسەروەرکردنی یاسا هەوڵی چارەسەرکردنی هەموو ئەو کێشانە بدەین کە ئەمڕۆ وڵاتی ئێمە تووشی بووە. ئێمە ئامادەین. سوپاس. ئێمە ئامادەی هەموو هاوکاریەکین. ویستمان هەیە و هەنگاومان ناوە بەرەو چارەسەرکردنی دۆخی وڵات. لە هەنگاوەکان بەردەوام دەبین تاکو دەگەین بە چارەسەرێک کە عێراق دەرباز دەکات لەو دۆخەی کە ئەمڕۆ تێیدا تێپەڕ دەبێت. دەرچوانی خۆشەویست، لە کۆتایی ڕووی قسەم دەکەمە ئێوە. خوێندن و زانست ڕێگەی سەرەکی بەدیهێنانی خوشگوزارانی و پێشکەوتنی وڵاتن. بیری ئێوە بە زانست پێشکەوتووە. داواتان لێ دەکەم وڵاتەکەتان پێش بخەن. چاومان لە هیمەتی ئێوەیە بۆ پێشخستنی ئەم وڵاتە. دیسانەوە لە قۆڵایی دڵمەوە پیرۆزبایی لە هەر هەمووتان دەکەم و کاتێکی خۆش بۆ هەموو لایەکتان دەخوازم و زۆر سوپاس بۆ هەموو لایەکتان. زۆر سوپاس.
Thank you very much, President Netravan. Now I'd like to invite the Minister of Higher Education and Scientific Research, Dr. Aram Mohammed Qadir, to say a few words.
بەناوی خوای گەورە و میهرەبان، برای بەڕێزمان کاک دکتۆر بەرهەم ساڵح سەرۆک کۆماری عێراق، برای بەڕێزمان جەنابی کاک نێچەروان بارزانی سەرۆکی هەرێمی کوردستان، ئامادەبوانی بەڕێز کە سوکاری دەرچوانی ئازیز و خۆشەویست، لە ناخی دڵمەوە پڕبەدڵ پیرۆزباییتان لێ یەکەم. خۆم بە خۆشحاڵ و شەرەفمەند دەزانم ئەمڕۆ لەم مناسبەدا لە خزمەتی ئێوەدا. دوێنێ لە دهۆک و ئەمڕۆژ لێرە و ڕۆژانی داهاتوش لە زانکۆکانی تری کوردستان هەر ئەو دەخوازێ پڕبەدڵ بڵێن خوایە وەتەن ئاواکەی، خوایە نیشتیمانەکەمان بپارێزی بۆ ئەوەی شاهیدی ئەو هەموو سەرکەوتنەی ئەو هەموو دەرکەوتنی ڕۆڵەکانی وڵاتەکەی خۆمان بین. بیریشمان نەچێ ئەم لەحزەیە کە ئێوە و هاوڕەکانی ترتان لە زانکۆکانی تر پۆل پۆل بۆ سنتەری ژیانی حەقیقی خۆتان بەڕێ دەکەون بۆ وەرگرتنی پۆستێک بەرپرسیارەتیەک کارێک بیرمان نەچێ نیشتیمانەکەمان ئەمانەتی گەورەی سەرشانی هەمومانە، ئەمانەتی شەهیدەکانمانە، ئەمانەتی کەسوکارمانە، ئەمانەتی باو باپیرانی خۆتانە کە ئەوان هەموو ژیانی خۆیان بەخشی بۆەوەی ئەم دەرفەتە بە ئێوە ببەخشن. داخەکەم ئەوان بە نەمری سەریان نایەوە و شاهیدی بینینی ئەم خۆشی و دڵشادی و خۆشنودیە نەبوون. بەڵام بەرپرسیارەتەکەی ئێوە جگەلەوەی بەرپرسیارەتێکی ئەخلاقی و نیشتیمانی و ئاینیە ڕاستیە بەرپرسیارەتێکی یەکجار گەورەترە کە پێوترێ بەرپرسیارەتی خزمەتکردنی وڵاتەکەتان لە بارودۆخێکدا کە خۆمان تەنها خۆمانین، تەنها چاومان لە تواناوە پوتانسیۆڵ و وزە و دڵسۆزی ئێوەیە بۆەوەی نیشتیمانەکەی خۆمان بەو شێوەی کە پێویستێتی خزمەتی بکەین. من لە نزیکەوە لەگەڵ ئێوەی بەڕێز و لەگەڵ قوتابیان و خوێندکارانی تری کوردستان پەیوەندیم هەیە و هەمیشە و گەشتبینێمەداتێ وڵاتی ئێمە پڕ لە پۆتانسیۆڵی دڵسۆز، پڕ لەو قوتابی و خوێندکارانەی کە دەتوانن لە هەموو کاتێکە لە هەموو کایەکە لە هەموو سێکتەرێکە پشتیان پێ ببەستین بەبێ ئەوەی دڵمان لەسەر مشتمان بێ. من داواکارم خی گەورە هاوکارتان بێ یار و یاوەتان بێ بۆ ئەوەی بتوان بە باشترین شێوە ئەوەی لە زانکۆکەتانە فێری بوون و وەرتان گرت بیخەنە خزمەتی نیشتیمانەکەتان. جێگەی خۆشێتی بەو پەڕیشانازیە و بڵێن زانکۆی ئەمریکی لە سلێمانی یەکێکە لەو زانکۆ هەرە باشانەی کە بەو پەڕی ئەمانەتەوە دەتوانێت ئەو هەموو توانە و پوتانسیۆڵ و کواڵەتی و ستانداردانەی کە پێویستە هەبن ئەو زانکۆی بە باشترین شێوە ڕەچاوی دەکا و هەر ئێوە ئەو حقیقەتە شاهیدیمان بۆ دەدا کە بەشێکی کەمی ئێوە لایەنی کەم دڵنیام دەتوانە بڵێن 1970 ئێوە لە بازاڕی کاری کوردستانە بەبێ هیچ نیگارانێک جۆب و کاری خۆی دەستەکەوێ. ئەوەش پێمان دەڵێ وەزارەتی خوێندنی باڵا و زانکۆی ئەمریکی لە دهۆکیش و لە سلێمانی و زانکۆ تایبەتەکان بە شێوەیەکی گشتی لەسەر ئاراستە ڕاستەکەن. بەڵام دیسان نابێ وەکو جەنابی مام جەلال هەموو جارەی فەرموو لەسەر چەپکە گوڵی سەرکەوتن خەومان لێ بکەوێ. پێویستمان بە هیلاکی زیاتر، شەونخوونی زیاتر، ماندووبوونی زیاترە. وەکوتم نیشتیمانەکەمان، حکوومەتەکەمان، خەڵک و ئاو خاکی خۆمان چاوەڕێی دەستی هەموو لایەکە. من جارێکی تر پیرۆزبایتان لێکەم لە ناخی دڵمەوە دوعای سەرکەوتنتان بۆکەم و خوایەوە تەن ئاوا کات و زۆر زۆر سپاس بۆ هەمووتان و پیرۆزبایتان لێ دەکەم. زۆر سپاس.
Thank you, Minister Aram. It's now my pleasure to introduce my boss, Dr. Jill Derby, Chair of the AUIS Board of Trustees. Dr. Jill.
Your Excellencies, President Saleh, President Barzani, distinguished ministers, fellow trustees, President Ferguson, distinguished faculty, proud parents and families of the graduates, honored guests, and to our outstanding graduating class of 2022, of whom we are so proud and who we celebrate and honor today. On behalf of the AUIS Board of Trustees, it is my pleasure to extend to you graduates our heartiest congratulations. We are deeply proud of your achievement in earning a degree from our distinguished university. I hope you feel as proud of yourselves today as we feel of you as we grant you this AUIS degree. We, your AUIS Board of Trustees, are well aware of the investment you and your families have made in your education. We strongly believe that there is no better investment in your future than a degree from AUIS. Our university is unique in the region, the best in the country, and the success of our graduates and their employment opportunities reaffirms over and over again the value of an AUIS degree. The eminent Greek philosopher Socrates said, The mind is not a vessel that needs filling, but wood that needs igniting. He also said, I cannot teach anybody anything. I can only teach them to think. Learning to think is what an AUIS education provides. This American-style education offers an environment where the free flow of ideas are encouraged, academic freedom is honored, and different views on important issues are welcome. It provides a space where spirited discussion is part of the fabric of the classroom. An AUIS education especially prepares its students for the knowledge economy of the 21st century. The liberal arts education offered at our university provides its graduates not only with excellence in a particular field, but with a broad portfolio of knowledge to draw on, and with critical thinking, problem solving, English language, and leadership strengths, all attributes of an AUIS education that are in high demand in the workplace in whatever field you pursue. Since the land of Iraq once brought the beginnings of literacy and civilization into human history, it is fitting that this university should provide leaders equipped with the intellectual literacy to reclaim that legacy of discovery and innovation in the 21st century. We are counting on you, the graduating class of 2022, to step into leadership wherever you go and wherever you serve. Your communities, your country, the world needs you, particularly at this moment in human history. We know you will make us proud. Congratulations, graduates, from your AUIS Board of Trustees.
Thank you for those remarks, Dr. Jill, and for flying across 10 time zones to join us here today. I now wish to introduce Ms. Mina Al-Arabi, the editor-in-chief of the influential daily newspaper, The National in Abu Dhabi. Ms. Mina.
Hello, marhaba, بخير بن. President Barham Saleh, President Nechervan Barzani, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, AUIS leadership and team, parents, families, friends, and most importantly, students. Hello, it is so great to be back in Sulaimani and back on campus with you. And what better timing than on AUIS's 15th anniversary. I'm honored to be your commencement speaker, although in my mind, I'm still trying to find my way through life. But one of the things about getting older is you realize you're never going to get to a stage where you know it all. There's always going to be uncertainty. My job to tell you is that lacking in certainty is perfectly acceptable. It's even expected. But the key is knowing how to deal with that uncertainty and how to adapt to live the best life you possibly can. Of course, today's graduation has even more significance as we are finally meeting in person. May lockdowns and quarantines be way in our past and never come back. Although I do hope people stick to washing their hands, and I was always surprised that people had to be told to wash their hands for 20 seconds, so please keep doing that. You and fellow university students around the world are the only ones to have gone through university during a global pandemic for the past century. You survived it and made it to graduation. That alone is quite an achievement. I have the privilege of sitting on the Board of Trustees of AUIS. I know intimately how hard Dr. Bruce Ferguson and the team here have worked to get you to this moment. So this is their achievement too. There is so much that we took for granted before the pandemic, from hugging our loved ones to sitting in classes in person. Let us not lose sight of those blessings as the world emerges from the worst of the pandemic. This period has taught us how much we cherish in-person connections and the immeasurable value of being present. So for the next few minutes, I ask you all to be here, to be present in this moment and savoring our being together to celebrate the class of 2022. For those of you tuning in online from afar, we wish you were here. It's beautiful. I am a historian by training, and I often think about how history shapes all of our lives, from innovations like the printing presses to the political decisions that created today's modern borders. History casts a long shadow of both achievement and disappointment over our country. These lands have seen some of the best of men and women, but also some of the worst brutality mankind can inflict on one another. From Mesopotamia's cradle of civilization to the trouble of modern-day wars, we are a continuum of Iraq's place in the world. This university is a testament to the best of what men and women can create, seeking education, community, and enlightenment. History continues to be written daily, and you, the class of 2022, will now be part of shaping tomorrow's history. Know the past and acknowledge it. Acknowledge its influence on our present, but do not be burdened by history. We have no control over our history, nor can we determine alone the future. Some will tell you that you now have to create your future with strategic, detailed plans. And you should indeed try to map out your next steps and set about making the future as best as you can. However, the present, this moment, is what you own. Seize it. Never lose sight of your agency and power. You are amongst the most educated of your generation, and with that comes a deep responsibility. Live up to it. An individual can make a difference, particularly in helping those in his or her immediate circle to protect their dignity. And as you do, think about what you want your legacy to be. How do you want to be known and remembered? That might seem like a tall order at this moment, but it's always worth keeping in mind as you take your next steps. I was once asked to think about what I would want my legacy to be. A question I had never pondered because I thought legacy is only for great historical figures. Why would it matter what I did? Yet in truth, we will all leave our mark on this earth. What do you, class of 2022, want your mark to be? After reflecting for a few moments, I thought I hope to be remembered as a good daughter. My parents gave up the comfort and support of family and the homeland to give my sister and I a better life. We didn't have AUIS then. While in exile, they did everything they could to ensure we had a safe and comfortable life. And in turn, I hope to be worthy of their sacrifices. But my second thought, when asked about my legacy, was I hope to be remembered as a journalist who gave a voice to others. Not only those whose stories my team and I cover at the National, but in helping to mentor and train younger journalists, which my position now allows me to do. So once you know what you want your legacy to be, you should try to navigate towards it. This is the most exciting time of your life. And as you make your choices about where to work and live, remember, nothing is forever, except death and what you post online, so be careful. Change can come in some of the most unexpected of ways, so prepare your mind and heart for it. As someone who has moved country 7 times in some of the most strange of circumstances, I can assure you the best tool you can have is to keep an open mind and an open heart. Life does not go in a linear, clear path, if only it did. So if you fail at first, remember, what matters is how you will recover from that failure. Every day is a new chance, a new opportunity, even if it isn't for major change. It can be for a small change that day by day can become a habit that either makes you healthier or can be the foundational building block for a major project, like the building of a university. This requires strategic patience. Develop it and practice it. When you succeed, and I say when you succeed, not if you succeed, you should never become complacent. Success requires continued effort and dedication, and humility to help others succeed too. A big part of succeeding is knowing yourself. I often struggled with identity. Was I Iraqi enough, having left Iraq at the age of 6? Should I speak out as a Muslim, as I was often requested to do at universities in Europe and the US, even though I believe religion should be kept in the private sphere? Did it matter that I was the first female editor of a major daily paper in the region when I took the helm at the National? Why should my gender count? It took me years, but I realized that these labels are assigned to us by society. Some we can accept, and others we can discard. But what counts is how you choose to represent. Your identity is not singular. You are graduates of AUIS. You are the sons and daughters of your families. You are the accumulation of experiences and preferences. Your favorite book, your preferred spot to escape to, your ethnicity, race, religion, homeland, or original homeland are part of who you are, but should not define you alone. You can construct your identity. To our Iraqi graduates, regardless of your ethnicity or religion or all the crazy labels that politicians put on us, what unites you is greater than what divides you. You would have had your first memories during an era of tumultuous change after an old regime that wrought incalculable damage to our country was toppled, and a new era came. Some with rising and some with falling hopes followed. The famous poet and writer Gibran Khalil Gibran said, بالعلم يدرك أقصى المجد من ولا رقي بغير العلم للأمم. With knowledge, the greatest glory of nations can be realized. There is no advancement for nations without knowledge. We count on you and your generation to advance us and realize the aspirations of this nation. A special word to the graduates of the American University of Afghanistan. And forgive my pronunciation. Tabrik Basha, Mubarak Musa. I feel your pain. I feel your pain and wish Afghanistan the peace and happiness its people so deserve. Although our country's experiences are different, there is much that we share. Each of you has a unique experience and story to tell, but your commitment to education brings us here today. People will say you are resilient, and you are. But you had no choice but to be resilient. You carry the hopes and dreams of your families and the aspirations of all those who want to see you prosper. Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, "Seek education even if in China." Well, this isn't China, but I bet when you started university, you never thought you'd graduate in Sulaimani. However, we're privileged to have you here and hope that despite the difficulties, you take fond memories and friendships with you wherever you go next. To all of you graduating today from here, you will go into the workforce at a pivotal moment, the confluence of digital and societal transformation during what has been coined as the Fourth Industrial Revolution brings about unprecedented adjustments to how society and work are organized. We live in an era of constant change, some of it for the better and some of it deeply unsettling. As companies assess the value of hybrid work, the role of automation, the competition for top talent, you will be entrants into a rapidly changing working world. Your education here or at any university will equip you for part of it, but lifelong learning, strong work ethic, and an earnest curiosity will be necessary to stand out. I come from the world of media, where the flow of information is at the fastest and most fragmented it has ever been. When I became a journalist some 20 years ago, what I needed was a keen eye, a dictaphone. I'm not sure what digital natives know of dictaphones, but there were these old metal things we used to carry instead of phones to record on, paper and pen. Today, navigating social media, differentiating digital platforms, preparing for the metaverse is part of a journalist's job. The competition is for attention of readers and viewers everywhere. A journalist trying to get a story out is competing with 350,000 tweets a minute and 1 billion TikTok videos being viewed a day. And yet the essence of professionalism, based on skill and trust, remains the same. If a story is well told, it will reach the right audience. With abundant data and analytics to hand, I remind my colleagues often that we should be informed by numbers, but not guided by them alone. Everything I have learned since leaving university, all my technical skills, has come with the job. And so for you to succeed in your future endeavors, your learning must continue every single day. It doesn't stop today. I've been privileged to have a number of mentors guide me throughout my professional life, and I will pass some of their wisdom to you. First, take all criticism seriously, but not personally. You can learn a lot from what people will critique, even if you disagree with them. Learn not to take it personally or emotionally, rather to listen and grow. Second, if ever given the chance to be smart or kind, always choose to be kind. For example, you may be in a situation where you can prove you were right at the cost of someone else. Kindness means taking silent pride in being right, which I often do, and protecting someone else's dignity. Keep your ego in check. Third, know what is essential to you, what your core values are. The harsh reality is that we must all compromise, and particularly in the workplace. So know your absolute core values. What is non-negotiable for you? And then get very good at negotiating everything else. Dan Shapiro, a Harvard professor of negotiation, calls this the sacred. What is sacred to you and non-negotiable? Figure that out, but you're allowed to change your mind. Fourth, never stop being curious. Be curious and interested in the people you encounter. Be curious about how things work, but more importantly, about what doesn't work, and find a way to fix what you care about and doesn't work. As you go out into the world, inevitably, time will become an increasingly limited resource. So make sure you carve out time and space to continue learning one way or another. Finally, but most importantly, family. Be it the family you were born into, or the family you choose yourself with your friends. Family is your support network. They will carry you through the tough times and celebrate with you the happy times like today. Cherish your family and nurture your relationships, no matter how busy you become. I want to take a moment now to honor the parents who are here with us, the extended family who have brought our graduates to this moment. As you leave today's ceremony, know that your options are infinite, even if they do not appear so at the moment. As the 11th cohort to graduate from AUIS, you are a testament to what can be achieved with talent, determination, and the right support network. Congratulations, class of 2022. You have made us all very proud.
Thank you, Ms. Mina, for those thoughts from an Oxford-educated historian and recipient of the World Economic Forum's Young Global Leader Award. Our next speaker comes to us virtually and is also a young leader of international renown. Ms. Malala Yousafzai received the 2014 Nobel Peace Prize. It was unable to join us in person today as she wished, but has recorded a message for all of us. And I'll ask that now be run.
Your Excellencies, Dr. Barham Saleh, Dr. Ferguson, Dr. Brickford, Board of Trustees, faculty members, graduates, all friends and family members, dear students, and dear guests. It is an honor for me to celebrate this momentous occasion with all of you today. You are here to celebrate all of your tremendous achievements and hard work you have done over the past 4 years. As we move through a reeling world with a pandemic, global conflicts, climate disasters, and other adversities, big and small, you all have accomplished the most important thing, an education. Many of you have big dreams for yourselves, from becoming an engineer to lawyers to teachers to change makers to politicians. Whatever your dreams are, education has equipped you with the skills you need to achieve them. It allows you to choose a future for yourself. Last summer, schools and campuses closed in Afghanistan. Students were left with uncertainty. Their futures were put on hold. The American University of Iraq, Sulaimani, opened its doors and its hearts to the students of the American University of Afghanistan. They were given the chance to continue their education. But this is not the reality for so many girls around the world. 130 million girls are out of school, and millions more may never return to school as the pandemic ends. Girls in Afghanistan are still waiting to return to their classrooms. We all know that Afghanistan right now is the only country in the world where girls are prohibited from getting their secondary education by the de facto government of the Taliban. I ask you to remember all those students as you go and complete your education and go and change the world. Remember that those students have the same right to an education as you and I do. We cannot leave them behind. So use your knowledge and skills to make our world a better and a fairer place for everyone. Find innovative solutions to climate change. Advocate for policies to support equal rights. Produce art that is more thoughtful and inclusive. Or simply challenge those around you to do one thing every day to make our world a more equal place. Speak out against injustice. Talk with loved ones about an issue you care about. Amplify the voices of girls. And be open to learning from others. Let them inspire and push you to be better too. When we work together, we are stronger. The proof is here at this ceremony. 2 universities come together to support one another and their students. We must use the resources we have in service of a more just and equal world. I choose every day to fight for education and equality. I wish to see a world where every girl can learn and lead. With the knowledge you have, I hope you will follow your dreams and choose to improve the world around you. Together, we can create a brighter and fairer future. Congratulations, class of 2022. You are our brightest leaders, and that gives me hope for our future. Thank you.
Now, I would like to introduce the AUIS undergraduate valedictorian, Ms. Evine Ali Hassan, who has achieved the highest cumulative grade point average for the undergraduate graduating class. Ms. Evine, thank you.
Good evening, dear guests, parents, friends, professors, and for sure my fellow graduates. I am honored to be standing here today in front of all of you as the valedictorian of the class of 2022. As I have been given the task to address the graduates of this year, I feel that I need to talk about several things that most of my fellow graduates would like to talk about. We all owe our presence here today to some people. So for me, I would like to start by thanking the U.S. State Department and the U.S. Embassy for this wonderful opportunity. I would also like to thank AUIS, the president, the staff, the faculty, and of course, my wonderful professors from whom I've gained so much knowledge. Thank you. I would also like to thank my friends who have made my experience here today very unique. Thank you, friends. Now, a special thanks goes to my family. I lost my father when I was 1 year old. I have no memory of him. All I know that he is very happy and proud that I am here today with this tremendous achievement. Thank you. Yet, I never felt his absence because my mother and siblings were always there for me. So thank you, Mother, and thank you, siblings. I am so blessed to have you in my life. You guys are the reason why I am here today. So thank you for making my dreams a reality. Today is a special day. Today, my fellow graduates, we became AUIS graduates. Today, we're celebrating our success, our achievement, our hard work, and our victory, not just individually, but as a university and a community. I am sure that each one of us has had a unique experience here at AUIS. For me, it was a combination of good times and bad times. Times of lovers, happiness, good grades, and for sure some bad times, anxiety, feeling lost, and losing hope. Yet, I enjoyed every single minute I spent here with my friends, professors, and classmates. Our graduation today is the finishing point to yet another remarkable chapter of our lives. We close this chapter, and I'm sure that most of us are already anxious about the next one. We, as AUIS students, are so lucky to have all the tools needed to write our best stories. And I'm sure that with the love and support of our families and friends, we will be able to write our best ones. Now, we must start concentrating on our next move and try to improve our future. We should set ourselves as examples to others who will follow us. Our actions need to send a clear message, a message that says no matter who we are, where we come from, what our religion is, or what our cultural backgrounds are, we still can work together to achieve greatness and make this country proud of us. We all know what this country has been through. Each one of us has been affected in one way or another. Some have lost their loved ones. Others have been through hard financial times. Some have lost their jobs and faced hunger and poverty. And I know it was hard for some of us to keep studying and continuing our education. Yet we did it, and we're all here graduating today. And let me tell you, I am not standing here today because I wasn't affected by all of this. I was actually displaced from my small town, Bashiqa, where I spent my entire childhood in 2014. My family and I slept in the car in the streets for 2 days. We had no place to go to. But like most of you, I've been fighting for my dreams every day. And look where I am today. So we must always remember how strong we are to have overcome all of this. It's up to us, my fellow graduates, to be different and to make difference, to make others proud and earnable. This country is counting on us. We need to know that excellence doesn't come accidentally. No, it comes with hard work and diligence. So work hard, keep moving, and make sure to reach excellence, the type that makes your dream a reality. And trust me, it's not hard. You just need to visualize it and make it happen. One thing that is great about AUIS is that there are so many different people with so many different backgrounds and yet amazing talents. I might be number one for my highest GPA, but I'm sure that there are so many number ones here. You don't need to have all A's to be number one. I know for sure that there are so many people sitting here today who are amazing photographers, singers, writers, or actors. So no matter what your future goal is, make sure to work hard on achieving it. And don't forget to be happy and to enjoy the process. It's these moments of happiness and joy that will make your journey truly remarkable. Lastly, for all of us graduating today, congratulations and thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Evine, for your inspiring words. Indeed, our country is counting on all of you. Keep on the hard work. Now, I would like to introduce Mr. Aram Salar Jalal, the MBA student valedictorian who is selected based on the highest cumulative GPA of the MBA graduating class. Mr. Aram, thank you.
Good evening, distinguished guests, teachers, mentors, administration, and of course, the graduating class of 2022. Parents, today I am one of the last obstacles to stand in the way of your child graduating. Oh, sweet power. Of course, with great powers comes great responsibilities. It's a humbling experience to be able and stand up here and share my experience and memories from the past years. On this wonderful day, I would like to give my deepest and sincerest gratitude to my wonderful family, my lovely spouse, the exceptional university with its staff and faculty members, that they are trying to change our future with every single course and piece of advice. I would like to address my colleagues and all the graduates, the leaders, and the vision makers of tomorrow. Today, we are AUIS graduates, no matter what our reasons were for choosing AUIS a few years ago. What's important now is that we are all here tonight to celebrate our triumphs and our achievements, our victories, both individually and as a school, and the journey on which we have all embarked toward our future destinations. As I stand here giving this speech, I remember all the valedictorian speeches I had to watch and read to be able to give what I deem a perfect address. Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. Instead of giving you this cool and inspirational speech that will probably make you nod off, I will give you 3 recommendations I realized once I started the MBA journey. To start off, I want to give a very short version of my prior education. I am a graduate from the University of Sulaimani, College of Pharmacy. Once I graduated, I immediately started working for an oil and gas sector company. Yeah, I know, that's weird. Now I work for the same company, and I also work for the Peshmerga Health Foundation as a pharmacist. Now, what's the point of this story? If I were in your place, I would probably ask the same question before scrolling social media because of the very boring speech given by the boring MBA valedictorian. Anyways, the point is that the first recommendation that you are not a robot, and you are most definitely not a picture to be framed. In a certain major or subject that you have studied, You can be whoever you want, and you can excel at whatever skills you want, and if you were passionate about it. Today, dear graduates, you are and will be the changers of the future. If you pour your heart, your soul, and your skill set in whatever your heart desires and whatever you want to be. The second recommendation is doing what you love with who you love and in an encouraging environment. The key to achieving anything is being surrounded by people who will push you to your limits, who will not accept to see you fail, and those who have your best interest at heart. I am not that old, trust me, but I have seen my fair share of people who have not helped me progress or achieve anything, and I have also seen those who have pushed me to stand here today in this university and be able to look at them and thank them for believing in me, for pushing me and slapping me in the face when I am wasting my time and energy on things that have no long-term benefits. Moreover, I have to emphasize on working in an environment that helps you grow, and have been lucky enough lucky enough to have found that amazing environment under the guidance of one of the most successful businesswomen, Mrs. Perween, who has honored me today by joining this event. It's without a doubt that you have been an inspiration and played a massive role in what I have achieved today. For I would like to show my gratitude for your mentorship. Oh, and while we are still on the working environment topic, I would like to give a special shout out to my amazing MBA colleagues who have, with their diverse backgrounds and experiences, provided a remarkable educational vibe that has helped me to further understand the world of business. I couldn't have survived those 34 weekends without you guys. Thank you. You are truly the program heroes. The third and final recommendation I would give is actually quoted from Shonda Rhimes, who says, "I think a lot of people dream, and while they are busy dreaming, the real happy people, the really successful people, the really interesting, engaged, powerful people are busy doing. The dreamers, they stare at the sky, they make plans, they hope, they talk about it endlessly, and they start a lot of sentences with 'I want to be' or 'I wish.' I don't want to kill off your dreams, but I advise myself before you to walk the talk, to practice what you preach, to be the visionary whom everybody will call an overnight success. Because, as you know, the story of an overnight success has a decade of invisible, dedicated hard work that's never acknowledged, but always praised and envied. Be your own role models. Be the person you ask for help. Be the role models of the next generations to come. I have to address one thing. As a family man, to be able to call yourself successful, you have to be balanced and a stable person, both in your personal and professional career. If you have one but not the other, you will not be complete. So please love hard and work hard in that order. As an end note, I would like to finish off my speech by giving my deepest and sincerest appreciation and thanks to His Excellency, the President of Iraq, Dr. Barham Saleh, for his role in finding this exceptional university. I have enjoyed and learned a great deal under the guidance of the faculty members sitting here today. I am honored to have been able to get a top-notch quality education and hope to be able to fulfill the ever-powerful statement of learn today and lead tomorrow. I would like to extend further thanks and appreciation to my compassionate parents for supporting me through this journey. You are the blessing of my life. I love you, Father, Mother, my support system, my dear sister, and my true blessing, my lovely wife, whom I could not have made it here without her. Thank you all. It's a God's honest truth when they have to say families in new way. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Aram, for your inspiring words. You all are the role model of the next generation. Mr. President, would you please come to the podium to start the process of degree conferral?
Members of the AUIS Board of Trustees, it is my honor today to present AUIS degrees to our 2022 graduating class. We are pleased to congratulate these young men and women for their achievements and to challenge them to use the knowledge and experience they gained at AUIS to help create a better world. At this time, will the candidates for the bachelor's degree and only the bachelor's degree please rise? Dr. Barham Saleh, the AUIS founder, former board chair, Dr. Jill Derby, board chair, Mr. Kamran Ahmed, vice chair, and the entire board of trustees. Upon the recommendation of the faculty of the American University of Iraq, Sulaimani, I have the honor of presenting to you the bachelor's degree candidates. They have completed the core curriculum of the university, the requirements of their majors, and a range of elective courses and co-curricular activities designed to prepare them for well-rounded lives and successful careers. I am pleased to present these candidates to our Board of Trustees for this recognition of their achievement. By virtue of the authority delegated to me and subject to the completion of any remaining requirements, I confer on you the Bachelor's Degree of Arts and Sciences with all the rights and privileges thereunto pertaining, and admit you to the fellowship of educated men and women. I will ask the Master of Ceremonies now to read the names of these young men and women.
I would like to introduce the Chair of English and Translation Department, Dr. Ali Chandwint, to assist the President in awarding the diplomas. Will the graduates please come forward as I call your name to accept congratulations and to receive your diplomas. غزالة إلياس شفان، ريبر ياسين توفيق، سايا محمد أمين علي، زبيدة نهاد، عبد الجبار أحمد، Thank you, Dr. Ali. I now would like to introduce the Chair of the International Studies and Social Sciences Department, Dr. Tobin Hartnell, to assist the President in awarding the diplomas. Will the graduates please come forward as I call your name to accept congratulations and to receive your diplomas. Aween Aso Jalal, Aitan Kotikyan, there. Chener Chalak Qadir, Dilan Sirwan Hussain, Diari Jamil Khidr, Heshu Barzanchi, Muhammad Ali Fakhruddin, Muhammad Kawa Latif, Rez Latif Fatah, Rajiar Muhammad Rasool, Riyam Wahbi Muhammad Nouri, Sherzad Rahim Sharif, Jir Salam Raouf. Thank you very much, Dr. Tobin. Now I would like to introduce the Chair of Business Administration Department, Dr. Fakhruddin Sumer, to assist the President in awarding the diplomas. Will the graduates please come forward as I call your name to accept congratulations and to receive your diplomas. عبد الكريم طيب محمد، أحمد عمار إسماعيل، أحمد نوزاد محمود، علي أياد ثامر، آرام رشيد سليم، آوى جلال جوهر، آيات أوس مجيد، بهز محمد جزا محمود، بهوز بختيار قادر، بلال رزقار عمر، بلند طيب حسن، ترا ياسين حسين، تراخان طه عبد الفتاح، دابان سوران أحمد، ديا نزار محمد، دنيا آوات عبد الرحمن، ديار حسن رسول، ذين علي حسن، جوبن بلال جلال، هاوناز محمد سليمان، هجير آكو علي، هيلانا سعيد حميد، هيوا صالح، هوديار سعيد صالح، جمال مصيب صابر، كرار حيدر شاكر، كاروان محمد عبد الله، خالة أبو بكر علي، لالا أحمد سرتيب، لالا آسو عبد القادر، لانيا إبراهيم مصطفى، لا سرفنج عثمان، ليوجا سرياس فؤاد توفيق، ليليان دلير محمد، مهدي محسن سلال، محمد عزيز طيب، محمد برهان سعدي، محمد كمال علي، محمد كامل محمد، محمد مهدي حميد رشيد، محمد مهند رضا، مهند مصلح حمزة، مصطفى محمد محسن، نوران علي محمد كاظم، نور ضياء ممدوح، بريناز سويلي، قشنگ عماد الدين علي، رام ياسين علي، راويج محمد سعيد خزر، روفيا علي محمد، سرهنگ محمد علي قادر، سايا يونس حسن، شاد فاروق حسين، شاكار أميد عز الدين، شيني دلشاد محمد، سوز آسو عمر، ذياب عمر ذياب، توانا عماد حميد، يوسف مبارك مرزوق، جوليان محمد أمين عبد الكريم. Thank you, Dr. Fakhruddin. I now would like to introduce the Chair of Medical Laboratory Science Department, Dr. Muhannad Nada, to assist the President in awarding the diplomas. Will all the graduates please come forward as I call your name to accept congratulations and to receive your diplomas. Ahmed Mohammed Hama Gharib, Ala Ismail Osman, Alan Jamal Abdullah, Aros Anwar Abbas, Ayar Krekar Jalal Nouri, Bahashti Ali Raouf, Bala Kamal Aziz, Balain Muhammad Amin Hassan, Dania Kamaran Ahmed, ديدان عادل سعيد، ديما كاميران جمال، ديار هيوا محمد، قش سالار كريم، عمران سرمد كوكب، جوان آرام محمد، كالي علي محمد، كافي آري رحيم، كزي كمال عبد الله، خاموش أبو بكر حسن، كوجين كارزان طاهر، لنجا شورش محمد، لافين عبد الله عبد الرحمن، لافين خالد محمود، لونا توانا نظيف، محمد علي كريم، نوى عمر إسماعيل، فريا أسعد إبراهيم، راميار ماجد شكر، ريجنا إبراهيم عبد الله، روجيار كردو كريم، سركج روج كريم، سايا عمر عبد الرحمن، شيماء عمر علي، سوكار أحمد سعيد، سوما ربوار عبد الله، والله طه محمد صالح، جيار هاوري رحيم. Thank you very much, Dr. Mahanat. I now would like to introduce the chair of the Information Technology Department, Dr. Hamin Latif, to assist the president in awarding the diploma. Will the IT department please come forward as I read your name to accept congratulations and to receive your diplomas. Ahmed Basim Nasser, Ahmed Nawar Thamer, Alan Diari Mohammed Zahid, Ames Fuad Ali Ismail, Anwar Haqi Ismail, Aroq Siddiq Shkur, Awad Hawar Suleiman, Ajin Arez Mahdi, Balain Abdul Karim Abdullah, Binyat Nabaz Ali Haidar, Botan Sami Amin, Dina Zaid Tariq, Dani Dream Hama, Hanar Omar Suleiman, Kani Muhammad Amin Saber, Karam Ziad Hussein, Kirmanj Bahauddin Hassan, Marwan Muhammad Tahir Sadiq, Muhammad Fuad Jalal, Pirja Jabbar Qadir, Rawa Sarhang Osman, Rawej Rabin Muhammad, Rosa Diler Abdullah, Roj Nouri Qadir, Savo Farouk Hussein, Jir Faiq Ali, Jiar Bakhtiar Rasool, Jiar Baqi Fariq. I now would like to ask Dr. Hamin Latif to remain on the stage to assist the President in awarding the diplomas of the software engineering degrees to the graduates. Will the software engineering degrees graduates please come forward to accept congratulations and to receive your diplomas. Harish Hiwa Fariq, Mohammed Karim Fakhruddin, Omar Adel Hussein, Roj Bahman Tahir, Sazan Fauzi Abdulaziz, Sulaiman Sabri Muhammad. Thank you very much, Dr. Hamin Latif. Thank you very much. I would like to introduce Dr. Amin Al-Sinawi, the chair of the engineering department, to assist the president in awarding the diplomas. Will the graduates please come forward as I call your name to accept congratulations and to receive your diplomas. Abdurrahman Tariq Radif, Ahmed Karzan Mohammed, Akar Ayub Talib, Ali Mohammed Shahab, Ali Zuhair Tariq, Anita Iskandar Qadir, Aran Luqman Hussein, Arin Ibrahim Tahir, Aroz Ahmed Hamataqi, Asma Jutiyar Ali, Awa Ayub Abdullah, Aween Ali Mirza, Ajdar Hussein Tawfiq, بهمن جزا لطيف، باكو خالد سعيد، برهم سيوان قادر، برزي عمر سعيد، بنايي سامي صابر، منار صلاح الدين سعيد، بوتان عثمان محمد، شاوان آزاد محمد، شرو عبد الواحد حسن، دانيار أبو بكر مجيد، دانيار محمد طاهر، داريان رؤوف علي، ديلان آوات أحمد، ديار بكر كريم، دياري آريفان عمر، ديا كامران عبد القادر، فرزاد بلال بسام، هالكوت مهدي صالح، همام حلوان عزي، حوراء علي رمضان، هوراس حسين قادر، هيلين بكر سعيد، هيفا ربوار حسين، كارو كارزان حمد شريف، كاروج نصر الدين فارس، كجي جميل محمد، كسرة مهدي علي، لانو هنر جمال، لاوند أنجام عبد الواحد، لاوين عثمان قادر، ماكو أميد حمد صالح، منديلا عثمان كريم، مريم محمد مؤيد، مستان رستي جبار، مير مهدي نوري، ميرسين سالار قادر، ميران برهان أحمد، ميران نبز حمسور، محمد علي جمال علي، محمد نياس فيض الله، محمد فاتح عبد الله، مجدة بهاء الدين نامق، ناصر محمد طارق حسن، نيلوفار ياسين محمد، نشتيمان خلف عثمان، أسامة عثمان محمود، بيشنك محمد زاهد صالح، بيشوا هيرش حسن، قبس خضر عباس، رهند صلاح حسن، روند عبد الله محمد علي، روند عاصي حسين، روند هادي عبد الله، راويش نجم الدين عمر، رباس صفاء الدين كريم، ريام صفاء الدين علي، روج رزقار عباس، روج كمال أحمد، سفين علي رستم، ساما رشيد حمد أمين، سردم علي رسول، سرور جبار حسن، سرور قادر عبد الله، ناز مهدي مصطفى، شاد شولي أسعد، شاي كامران أحمد، شاهو عثمان رسول، شاكر بهاء الدين محمد، شنيا ياسين عزت، شاتو عمر محمد، شنيا ثروت سليمان، سولين سوران إبراهيم، سوما وشيار قادر، سوزيار عبد الكريم غفور، سوزيار بختيار أحمد، سورين عبد الحميد رشيد، فانا سردار سعيد محمد، فانيا حسين محمود، ياشار كمال محمد، زهراء أزهر عبد القادر، جالا يوسف عمر، جاليان سردار علي، جيلا شوان حسيب، زيفان محمد سمير. Mr. President, now we will start the process of the degree conferral for the MBA degree.
Let us all give a round of applause to our bachelor's degree candidates. Will the candidates for the master degree in business administration please stand? By virtue of the authority delegated to me and subject to the completion of any remaining requirements, I confer on you the master's degree in business administration with all the rights and privileges pertaining thereto. You have completed advanced courses in the various areas of business and in the scientific principles of management. I am pleased to present you to our Board of Trustees for this recognition of your achievement. Ms. Raz, if you'd kindly read the names of the candidates.
I would like to ask the Chair of Business Administration Department, Dr. Fakhruddin Sumair, to assist the President in awarding the diplomas. Will the Master of Business Administration graduate please come forward as I call your name to accept congratulations and to receive your diplomas. Ayan Salim Shahab. Aram Salar Jalal. قشبن أحمد عبدول. كانيا عبد اللطيف أنور. كاردو طاهر عبد الله هرامي. كارمند محسن بايز. خنشة نوزاد جلال. لافين أكرم عثمان. محمد كمال محمد. راجان محمد. ريناس عبد الله رسول. شاد كامران أحمد. سونيا حاجي عبد الله. جير خسرو قادر. Thank you, Dr. Fakhruddin. President Ferguson, it's now the...
We now begin a different part of the program, one that has never been performed before, in which the officer of another university awards degrees to his students at our commencement. And this is a great privilege and delight to me to be able to offer this new variation on an AUIS commencement. I met Ian Bickford for the first time last summer. Ian is the president of the American University of Afghanistan and was one of the individuals who helped to create the beauty of a graduation tonight for many of the American University of Afghanistan students. I'll ask Dr. Bickford and one of the other students of the university from AUAF, Mr. Hekmatullah Haidari, to come to the stage and present degrees to their students.
Greetings on behalf of the American University of Afghanistan. If there's one thing I'd like you to know is that although our campus in Kabul is closed, and although I sometimes feel like a captain without a ship, we still have a hardworking crew, and we're still delivering education to students around the world, studying online in Afghanistan and across borders. But we've needed a lot of help, and I'd like to take this opportunity to thank the trustees, the leadership, the faculty, the professional community, and the students of AUIS for reaching out your hands in our hour of need. Thank you, Excellency Mr. President Saleh, for your vision. Thank you, Excellency Mr. President Barzani, for your friendship. Thank you, my friend, President Ferguson, for your great ability. Thank you, Dr. Jill Derby, Chair of the Board of Trustees, for your commitment. Thank you also to the U.S. Department of State for supporting our students in Afghanistan and now across borders. And finally, thank you to the Afghan Futures Fund and many friends for getting this ball rolling and then guiding it along the way. As we say in English idiom, a rolling stone gathers no moss, and I see no moss on this one. To my students, I know that you want to get on with it, along with everybody else, so I will say only 4 words. I'm proud of you. Will AUAF's graduates please rise? Mr. Hyderi is here to read your names, and I would also invite Ms. Nada to the stage to assist in the conferral of degrees. By the virtue of the authority delegated to me by the Board of Trustees of the American University of Afghanistan, I confer on you the diplomas of the Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Business Administration, and the Bachelor of Science, with all the rights, privileges thereunto pertaining, and subject to the completion of some requirements.
Hello and greetings, everyone. And will the graduates of the Bachelor of Arts department come forward and receive their diplomas when I call your name, please? Amin Azam Ghafouri, Diana Sharifi, Ismatullah Sahak, Gargasht Polat, Lema Khalwati, Muhammad Riyaz Nasri, Muhammad Samir Omari, Muhammad Yusuf Aini, Nekhat Furugh Sadiq, Samiullah Kakar, Samiullah Nuri, Shakila Muhammadi, Ayman Jalal, Ajmal Wafa, Ali Sina Muhammad Jawad, Amina Wayand, Muhammad Tawab Rafiq Zada, Noman Sahib Zada, Ruqya Ibrahimi, Samira Rezai, Saeed Niyam Alami, Shukrullah Saifi, Siwar Sulaiman, احمد فرزان پیرزاد، مشعل عدیل، میرویس جان صلاح، مرسل فخری، مرتضی حاجی زاده، راحله جوادی، سعید پیمان، سعید حسیب الله صابر and Sulaiman Hayat. Thank you everyone. I congratulate you today and wish the best for your tomorrow. تبریک باشد با امید موفقیت‌های هرچی بیشتر.
Well done, sir. I think we should stay at this stage.
Okay.
Please join me once more in a heartfelt round of applause for all of our graduates. I especially want to thank you, family and friends, as many have done tonight, who've supported these young men and women who today receive their well-earned degrees. Your support and sacrifice provided the foundation for their achievements. This concludes the commencement ceremony of the American University of Iraq Sulaimani. Before we leave, however, President Bickford and I have one important university ritual to perform. Will all graduates from AUIS and AUAF please stand? Now the timing is important here. Please put your left hand on your tassel. That's this thing. Now move your tassel to the left side of your mortarboard. Ready? There are going to be two proclamations here. I now pronounce you graduates of the American University of Iraq Sulaimani.
I now pronounce you graduates of the American University of Afghanistan.
You may now throw your hats in the air. Congratulations, you've now acquired not just the degree, but the style of AUIS and AUF graduates. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Congratulations. Everyone, please remain where you are so the platform party can lead the recession, followed by the faculty and the graduates. Please know that Play Radio team will start their performance following the recession. Our University Marshal, please. Thank you. The department chairs, please. joining us. Please clear the center aisle. We have the graduates are leaving. Thank you very much.